Two women in California think there's something fishy about the tuna at Subway. They're now suing, saying tuna from the sandwich giant doesn't contain any tuna at all.
When you think of Subway, you might imagine a quick, affordable lunch. A footlong packed with lean meat, fresh veggies, and that freshly baked bread smell wafting through the food court. But what if that comforting aroma and healthy image were just a clever illusion? Behind the counter and beneath those sandwich wrappers is a trail of controversies, lawsuits, and eyebrow-raising ingredients that might make you think twice before taking your next bite. Something's fishy. The tuna scandal. In 2021, two women from California decided to find out what was really in Subway's tuna. They sent samples to a lab, and the results were shocking. Not a single trace of tuna DNA was found. Zero. Scientists concluded they couldn't even identify what species the meat came from. Subway defended the product, claiming that the cooking process denatures DNA. That may be true in theory, but for customers it raised a bigger question. If it's not tuna, what is it? It wasn't the first time Subway's meat came under the microscope, and unfortunately for the sandwich chain, it wouldn't be the last. The bread that isn't bread. In 2020, Ireland's Supreme Court ruled that Subway's bread didn't qualify as bread. Yes, you heard that right. According to Irish law, there's a strict limit on how much sugar bread can contain. Subway's recipe? It packed nearly 5 times the legal sugar limit. That meant Subway's bread legally belonged in the category of cakes and pastries, not sandwich staples. With around 50 grams of sugar per footlong, you might as well be eating dessert with ham on top. From yoga mats to sandwich buns. If the sugar content wasn't enough to raise your blood pressure, try this. For years, Subway used a chemical called azotocarbonamide in its bread. It's a dough conditioner that improves texture, but it's also used in manufacturing yoga mats and shoe soles. Public backlash eventually forced Subway to remove it, but they never really explained why their sandwich buns needed to be as stretchy as athletic gear in the first place. That fresh-baked smell? It's engineered. You know that warm, irresistible smell you notice as soon as you're within 100 feet of a Subway? Turns out, it's not coming from the oven. It's a carefully designed artificial scent pumped through the ventilation system to lure customers in. It's not bread baking. It's marketing science. Dough. Deception. Factory bread. Disguised as fresh behind the scenes, Subway's bread arrives at each store as frozen, pre-mixed dough. There's no master baker kneading dough in the back. It's thawed, shaped, and tossed into an oven. Even the 9-grain wheat option, advertised as the healthy choice, contains more sugar than some candy bars. The appearance of variety. Just clever branding. Meat mysteries. The chicken conundrum. Subway's chicken looked like chicken, smelled like chicken, but when tested in a lab, it wasn't quite chicken. DNA tests showed Subway's chicken strips contained only 50% chicken. The rest was mostly soy protein and a blend of fillers and preservatives. Subway claimed their chicken was 100% white meat, but the science told a different story. Food experts pointed out that such heavy processing is how you make poultry taste like anything but poultry. Processed to perfection? Or something else? Why does every Subway sandwich taste suspiciously similar, whether it's turkey, ham, or chicken? That's because all of Subway's meats are processed in centralized facilities, then shipped pre-cooked and pre-seasoned. These restructured meat products are molded into uniform shapes, giving us those perfectly round slices of turkey and mystery meat patties. The meat has often been ground, mixed with additives, and reassembled, meaning what you're eating may not resemble its original form at all. Some cold cuts reportedly contain meat sourced from multiple processing plants, making your sub more of a meat collage than a sandwich. The Great Footlong Controversy. In 2013, a customer from Australia measured his Subway footlong and found it was only 11 inches. That kicked off a global wave of amateur sandwich inspectors, with people all over the world sharing photos of undersized subs. A class action lawsuit followed. Tests revealed that 80% of footlongs were under 12 inches. Subway's defense? Footlong was just a marketing term, not a promise. Seriously, They eventually agreed to implement new baking guidelines and use measurement tools. But even today, they won't guarantee that your sandwich will be exactly 12 inches. Because bread, they claim, shrinks and expands during baking. The franchise struggle. Few see. Opening a Subway franchise might seem like a golden opportunity. But for many owners, it's a financial trap. Initial fees range from $15,000 to $300,000, and that's just the beginning. Franchisees are locked into purchasing supplies from Subway's preferred vendors, often at inflated prices. One store owner said they paid 50% more for tomatoes than at a regular grocery store. And these weren't even organic or high-end. As profits dwindle, corners get cut. Employees get rushed training, wages stay low, and health standards start slipping. Health inspections from a horror movie. In 2023 alone, over 2,000 Subway locations were hit with critical health code violations. The most common issues? Improper food temperatures, mold in ice machines, pest infestations, and, you guessed it, cross-contamination. In one Florida store, tuna salad was stored at 72 degrees Fahrenheit, the perfect temperature for bacterial growth. Another shop used the same gloves to handle raw chicken and slice vegetables. Some stores were even caught washing vegetables in buckets that had once held cleaning chemicals. And if that wasn't enough, expired mayo containers were reportedly relabeled instead of discarded. Moldy produce was trimmed and reused. The phrase, "eat fresh," suddenly felt like a dare. An empire cracking under its own weight. At its peak, Subway had more stores than McDonald's. But since 2015, over 5,000 locations have closed their doors. In 2023 alone, 700 stores shut down permanently. What happened? Oversaturation. Subway opened so many locations, often within blocks of each other, that franchisees started cannibalizing each other's business. One owner saw a 40% drop in revenue when another Subway opened in the same shopping plaza. Profits fell from $480,000 per store in 2012 to just $350,000 by 2022. Desperate owners tried everything, working double shifts, selling snacks on the side, and even running the shop solo to cut labor costs. But many found themselves stuck, unable to sell due to strict corporate control, and unwilling to shut down after sinking so much money into the business. What are we really eating? Subway built its empire on the idea of customization, freshness, and affordability. But behind the counter, it's a very different picture. Artificial smells, lab-tested meats, lawsuits over sandwich sizes, and a franchise model that's pushing small business owners to the brink. From mystery tuna to footlongs that aren't, the story of Subway is one of ambition, shortcuts, and secrets stacked higher than their BMT. So next time you see that glowing green logo and smell that fresh bread down the hallway, ask yourself, is it really food or just fast food theater? And if you made it to the end of this deep dive, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with your favorite sandwich lover. Each subscription helps fuel my next caffeine-powered exposé. Because trust me, we're only scratching the surface of what's going on behind the scenes of your favorite fast food chains.